Very good morning to all of you. We are back again with the session of leadership. Now, in the last session, as from last few sessions, we have been discussing about what are the different types of leadership style. In that, we started with the autocratic leader, then came the bureaucratic leader, then transactional leader, then charismatic leader, and in the last class, we were discussing about transformational leader. Who is a transformational leader? The leader who creates a vision based on identifying needs and guide the team to work towards those goals and mission vision of the organization. Now, he is a person who, with his inspiration, with his motivation, transform the person, change the person, who make their vision, their goals match with the goals of the organization. So you create a vision based on identifying needs. You identify the needs, what they want, and then guide them to work towards the unified goal through inspiration and motivation. Now, unified goals here means the goals which he has found, he has identified in the individual, and the goals for which the organization is working. So on basis of that, he make the followers, his team, work in that direction. Now today we will be discussing about the characteristics of transformational leader. Now what are the characteristics of transformational leader? The first characteristic says internal motivation in self-management. What is internal motivation? What is internal motivation? Internal means intrinsic motivation, and motivation we have learned about. What is intrinsic motivation? That is the motivation coming from within. So here the first characteristic says he's internal motivated and self-management. He finds motivation from within and use that motivation as a driving force to effectively manage the direction of the company. Now he is using his own self-motivation. He is using his own internal motivation to work and to give better output to the organization. For effective management, he is using his own internal motivation to achieve the goals of the organization. The best natural form of motivation is to love what you do and ensure that your values are aligned with the organization in which you are working. Your values should match the organizational goal, and that is what we see in, that is what it means, internal motivation or self-motivation. So motivation which comes from within, and these are the leaders who just drive their motivation within themselves, manage themselves effectively so that they can manage the direction of the company. They can work in the direction which the company is providing. Next is the ability to make difficult decisions. We all know that there are a lot of difficult decisions which the leaders have to take. Decision as in how to manage the team, how to bring the team together, how to keep your team away from conflict, how to set the ground rules. There are so many difficult decisions which they take. So difficult decisions are a part of being a leader. That is the internal part of all the leaders, that they have to take difficult decisions if they hold the position of being a leader. They do not back away, or usually they are not backing off. They do not put off tough decisions. They those difficult decisions, they become easy when the decisions are aligned with clearly defined goals, values, objective, and vision of the organization. When you will know clearly that what exactly you have to do, how you have to do. So that makes it very easy for the leader to take those difficult decisions if he has a clear picture of doing the things. So here it makes that difficult decisions are definitely they are the part of the leader, and the leader do not back up. They do not run away from taking those important and difficult decisions. They take the decision. Decision becomes easy if they are aware about the goal, mission, vision of the organization. Third point says check their ego. What do you think? Leaders should have ego. They should be egoistic. What do you think? Should the leaders be egoistic? They should have that ego within or not? As per me, leadership is a position which doesn't allow you to have ego within yourself. Being a leader, there is no place to keep ego with you. So when placed in the position of power, leadership is a power. Power, it's easy to let go your ego and get best of you. That is what they expect you to do, and that is what being a leader you should do. You should let go your ego. You should, as soon as you get that power, let go your ego and get the best out of you. Be the person who is easily approachable. Be the person with whom people are comfortable. They keep their ego in check and do not let it get in the way of doing what is best for the business. Do not bring their ego in between. They do not bring their ego to interfere, to get in and stop them for doing best for their business. They also ensure that they put the company first over their personal gain and encourage the best input from the team as well. They do all those things, and this makes it easy for them to work. Fourth point says willing to take the right risk. Being a leader, are they willing to take the right risk? Being a leader, are you supposed to take the right risk? Yes. Being a leader gives you the power, and with the power comes the responsibility of taking the risk. They take calculated risk that more often results in positive outcome. But see, though you are taking the risk, you need to be mentally prepared if things goes wrong, if things goes in the negative results. So most of the time when leader take the decision, they usually take calculated risk. They do not go with any risk which can be a big loss for the company. They always calculate whether taking that risk is going to give good results or not. If they think that the chances of getting result is more than the chances of losing, of getting negative result, they take the calculated risk. And most of the time, if they evaluate everything, the result is always the positive outcome. Trusting your intrinsic value, trusting yourself as well as your team to gather necessary information. They use both the sources to gather the information and take the right calculated risk to achieve something. Next point says Organizational consciousness. What is organizational consciousness? They share collective conscious of the organization. They understand what action to take to bring or evoke the change, to bring innovation, and to make decisions that creates growth for the organization. They always work for the growth of the organization. Yes, definitely they're working for their own growth also, but along with that, their priority is to get the growth of the organization. They put their personal values, their personal goals aside while working for the organization. So that is organizational consciousness. Like they understand what actions are needed, what new way of working should be bought, what innovation should be bought, and what decisions should be taken that our organization can grow. That is transformational leadership. Next point says adaptability. Adaptable, we all are familiar with the word adaptable. What is adaptable? You can adjust in any kind of situation, right? We adjust in all the types, all the kinds of situation. So adaptability means they are willing to adopt and are always seeking new ways to respond to a constantly changing environment. We know that nothing is permanent here. Even the leadership style which you adopt, which you are going to adopt for one set of people, may not remain permanent with you forever. So this means adaptability is very important. A person, a leader should be a person who is flexible, who is adaptable, who can adopt the changing environment, who can adopt himself to the changes which are required for smooth working of the organization or for smooth working of the team. So they are willing to adopt and are always always seeking. They are finding new ways to respond to a constantly changing environment. They are open-minded to change and lifelong learners. They never stop learning. That is one of the quality of leader. All the leaders, they keep on upgrading themselves. They keep on learning new things to bring their team, to bring their followers together, to keep them motivated. Once a way of motivation used, that same way of motivation, that same strategy cannot be used every time for the same set of people. So they need to come up with innovation. They need to come up with new things to bring change, to make better understanding, better output from the team. Next is willing to listen and entertain new ideas. Now, how the organization will get new ideas? See, in an organization, the hierarchy says there are 4 different leaders, and under each leader, there's a group of 10 people. 40 heads are the followers under 4 different leaders. Now, above leaders, there is one manager. Above manager, there is one CEO. Okay, so this is the hierarchy. Now, if we think that only the top superior position, that is CEO, manager, and the leaders, okay, only these 6 people are going to take the decision. They are going to discuss about the thing, and they are going to come up with the solution, come up with the conclusion, come up with the creative solutions, creative new ways of working. Do you think their brain can give them a lot of ideas? There you might be getting only 4 to 5 different ideas, but if you involve your entire team that is of 40 different individuals, each leader can discuss the same thing with them and can present that idea to the management. don't you think we might get many different and better way of dealing with this problem? Yes, different people, different mind thinks different way. We can get two different ideas, and when we combine both the ideas, we may get the best result which we were looking for. So for that, what is required? What is required? The leader should listen. The followers should get the chance to present themselves. Leaders should listen and entertain those new ideas. So here, when we need to listen and entertain those ideas, it says that leader need to be a good listener so that he listens to the thing, he understands the thing, and he circulate the same thing to all other people. So it is a rare individual who can build an empire. Do you think a single person can build a great empire? You might have heard some good leaders, some renowned names, like if we talk about Tata, if we talk about Bella, if we talk about um, entrepreneurs, Mittal, if we talk about all these great leaders, all these great people who have created their entrepreneur, do you think with just by one single hand, one mind, they were able to develop that? No, they needed the support of lot of people, lot of different people. So for creating that empire where they are right now, for creating that big organization, for generating so much of profit, for working in all different fields, they took support from various different individuals who came forward, who bought their ideas, who presented their ideas, and they worked on that. So it says that when you want to build an empire, you alone cannot work. You can see that picture, you can create a mission, you can create the vision for that, but you need your support, you need your team to work with you to make your idea turn into reality. And that reality can only be done by listening. So it is clearly said that a rare individual, a single person, cannot build an empire. We're not going with exceptional cases. There might be some exceptional cases too, but here in general, we're talking that a single person cannot build an empire, cannot build the kingdom. They understand that success is a team effort and growth is derived from the willingness to be open and listen to the ideas from all the levels. They have understood that whenever they want to do something, if they bring the team together, if they entertain their idea, and if ideas are good, if they consider their idea, there are two benefits. They are moving a step closer to build their own empire. Second, along with that, they are building an environment of trust, a sense of belongingness amongst the individual, amongst the followers, amongst the employee, by considering their idea, by giving them the chance to present their idea, because it will show that yes, you all are the important part of the organization also. So it says it is a rare individual who can build the kingdom, who can build the empire, and these transformational leaders understand that the success is a team effort, not an individual work. The growth is derived from the willingness to be open and listen to the ideas of the peer group or from all different levels. Next point says inspiration. People want to be inspired. Inspiration is something which makes them move, which makes them work. So inspiration comes not just by formal motivational speech or by recognition. It is coming by the way you treat them, by the way you make them comfortable, you make them believe that this organization needs you. You are an important part of this organization. Your efforts, your work has made this organization achieve new heights. Your contribution is there in making the organization grow. You need to inspire them. You need to treat the people as individual and taking time to understand what motivates and inspire their team. You need to understand all these things by treating people in a good way. And then only you can create that inspiration. If you think only by recognition, by giving some speech, you can motivate and inspire the person, no. You need to know the individual need, individual motivational factor, inspirational factor, and then you have to apply that in your team. Proactive, definitely. All the leaders, even the person who is having a vision of creating an empire, need to be proactive. Reactive, being reactive in all the situation, when you know the situation may arise, won't give you good and effective results. Proactive decision makers, they are the proactive decision makers. They need to be prepared for future things, what they can see that okay, these situations might arise, so they need to be ready with the plan. They do not wait around for others to make decision and then react. They are willing to take risk, try new things, and take on innovative approach to make the organization grow. If they get some idea, they are not going to wait that let other person start that. If they'll see that yes, this idea can give us growth, can make the organization grow, they will work on that idea and they will take that calculated risk to make the organization grow. The last point in characteristics of transformational leadership says visionary. Visionary means it is all about setting a realistic and concise company's mission, vision, and value statement that fits the culture of your organization. Your vision should match the mission, vision statement, the goals of the organization also. They have the ability not only to effectively communicate, they don't only effectively communicate the vision, but also get every person to work and get the results. They work towards vision of the company by doing proper, timely, effective communication with all the people in the organization. They are passionate and clear about what they want to achieve and how they want to achieve. So these are the characteristics of transformational leadership. Now, in this characteristics, the things which make this transformational leadership different is this willingness to listen and entertain new ideas. All the leadership style doesn't go with the willingness to listen. They doesn't give the opportunity, or they do not consider the ideas of the followers or from all level of the organization. So this makes this leadership different. And now what are the how to be a transformational leader, right? We need to discuss. We have learned what is a who is a transformational leader, what characteristics does that leader hold, what are the pros, what are the cons of transformational leadership. We have learned that. But now the last thing under transformational leadership comes is how to be a transformational leader, how you can be that leader by having a clear vision. Have a vision, ability to create a high level vision based on current need or existing problem. Mission statement we all have, vision statement we all have, but you should have that ability to create a vision based on seeing the current situation, what's happening around, what's the demand of the hour, what's the need of that time, what are the existing problem, what are the current needs. Seeing all these things, you should have the ability to create that high level vision statement. Communicating your vision to your followers clearly. You need to communicate your vision to your followers very clearly. You don't have any scope that this communication can fail. So you need to communicate. Each and every person in your team should have the clear information about what is the vision and what is the vision on which they are working. To make them motivated to produce their best work, they have to understand exactly what you are trying to accomplish. When they'll not know that what they have to accomplish, when they will not know that what they are working, what is the result which they will get after finishing of that task, then there is no point of getting the work done. You won't be able to get the right result. You won't be able to accomplish what you were trying to accomplish. So make sure that you motivate them to give their best result and make them understand exactly and clearly what you are trying to accomplish. What is going to be the end result once we finish off the task? This is going to give them more clarity and understanding about the work. Second point says, when you are communicating your vision, ask for feedback and additional idea from the team. As we have discussed, this leadership focus on getting ideas, listening to the followers. So here, when you are communicating your vision statement, take their feedback, ask them what do they think about that, and do they have any idea of getting that thing done, of getting some good possible solution, or any good creative innovative way by which they can achieve their vision, they can accomplish their goal. So you need to involve them. When the sense of belongingness will come within the team, you will get more better and effective results. So make sure when you are communicating your vision statement, when you are telling your vision statement and telling what you are trying to accomplish, you are taking proper feedback from them. Along with that, you are also asking them for any additional idea which they have. Next is care personally. This leadership style is something where the leader have a personal touch, a personal relation with all the individual in the team. He tried to know them. He tried to understand that person. He talks to that person on regular interval to know what thing motivates them. Are they facing any problem? So it is a leadership where it gives importance in building the relationship. It's not just a task-oriented leadership. It is behavior-oriented leadership. Understand the individual that are part of the team. You need to understand each and every individual who act as the important part of the team. One of the most valuable traits of transformational leadership is the ability to care for others and practice empathy. Under this leadership style cares for others. They have close bond, close relationship with each individual. They care for them personally and they also practice empathy. Transformational leaders take the time to learn about their individual team members, from knowing about their favorite hobbies to understanding their career goal. When you have that care personal attitude, when you will try to know them properly, understand them more closely, so there you will know each and everything about them, like what factors motivate them, what inspires them, why they are working in that direction, what are their favorite hobbies. They will tell all these things. They will work on all these things. So under this leadership, they care personally and they know. They take time to learn about their individual completely. By doing this, it will give you more insight into the concerns and aspiration of your team as a whole, and will also strengthen your personal relationship. When you have a strong personal relationship, when you build a strong bond with all the team members, and team also have a strong bond with each other, there they will be ready to accept the changing environment also. They'll be ready to accept the changes because of the trust, the bond you have created among yourself or between the team. So this team bond, individual bond is very important for making the successful outcome, good results from your team, because they won't be rigid to changes. They will be flexible with the changes when they have a good leader who is having a good individual bond with each and every member, and he has even created a very friendly environment among the team also. So second point says care personally if you want to be a transformational leader. First was clear vision. Second is care personally. And the last point, how to be a transformational leader, says check in, but don't get too in the way. Don't go with micromanagement. We need to check regularly. We need to update regularly, but don't go with micromanagement. You don't have to micromanage the thing. Check in regularly with the team and the managers within your team. Do not cross the fine line between checking in regularly and micromanaging. There is a very thin, very fine line between checking regularly and micromanaging. So being a leader, you need to understand where you need to stop. What is the line for you which you should not cross? So you need to check the work. You need to be updated what your team is doing. But by not poking in your nose for each and everything they are doing, you cannot go for micromanagement. Here, checking regularly means once in a day, you can hold a meeting to check the updates, what they did, what they are planning to do next. For example, if you are holding the meeting in the morning for regularly checking the work, in the morning, you can ask them what they did the last day, previous day, and what plans they have to do the work today. What is the update? How much they have achieved, how close they have reached from achieving the goal. So that is what you need to check, but you do not need to hold a meeting every now and then, or you do not have to send the mails tracking the update every 2 or 3 hours. It can be just once in a day or twice in a day, but not more than that. Make sure you are just checking, not micromanaging. If you want your team to produce their best work, you have to give them space and trust to do their job. That is where it comes that you are just checking, you are not micromanaging. When you want the best work to come, when you want the best results to be shown, it is the time when you need to trust your team, when you need to give them space to work in the way they want to. You just guide them. This is what you need to achieve. This is the step how you can achieve. If they think they can use their own way of working by not crossing their lines, allow them to work. Let them bring their own creativity in getting the work done. Trust your team that yes, they will deliver good result. If you will trust your team, they will trust you. Your role is to guide, not to control. Checking regularly means guiding, checking the updates. Micromanaging means controlling the person. You don't have to control, you just have to guide them if in case they are stuck somewhere. Be there for your team. Make sure they have what they need to succeed in their roles and then take a step back. You're just checking whether all the resources, all the information, all the training, all the skills are available with them or not. If you think those things are available with them, then take a step back, don't interfere, let them work in the way they want to. Because your task is to guide them, not to sit with them and work. Okay, you have to show them the path. You have to help them if they are stuck somewhere. You have to ensure that they are moving in the right direction. So for that, just regular checking, guiding is required, not sitting with them, not controlling them, and not micromanaging them. If you think these things are done, relax and take a step back. So with these things, if you practice all these three things, you can be a transformational leader. You can make yourself as a transformational leader. So by practicing this, you can transform yourself as a transformational leader. Now today we have discussed about the characteristics of transformational leader, and second was the how to be a transformational leader. With this, we have completed the fourth style of leadership, that is transformational leadership style. Now in the next session, we'll be starting with the new leadership style, that is coaching leadership style. Any doubts till here? Okay, so we are done with the session. We'll see you with the next session on conflict management in next 10 minutes. Bye-bye, take care.